Welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a British expat after eating mushrooms, plane crashes claiming 38 but 29 miraculously survive, Pakistan airstrikes in Afghanistan, sweeping Vietnam internet law takes effect, the usual madness from Thailand, plus much more, starting off with thanking Parnell, who bought me 4 coffees. Thank you so much. If you guys want to show some love, appreciation during the holidays, you can go ahead and buy me a coffee. I'll leave the link down here below. And stick around till the end. I'll tell you guys the most annoying thing about YouTube that really pisses me off by the end of this video. Let's get straight into our main story. But first, the USD to peso exchange rate. Actually, the dollar dropping slightly below 58 pesos now. $1 equal 57.99. Here's our main story. Thailand police arrest a shop owner near Chiang Mai Taipei gate for selling mushrooms, which led to the passing of 25-year-old British tourist on December 22nd. The tourist, identified as Mr. V, consumed the mushrooms after purchasing them on December 20th and passed away shortly after at his luxury resort. In response, authorities conducted an undercover operation on December 23rd, seizing several kilos of the mushrooms and detaining the vendor known as Miss Ploy. Mushrooms are classified as bad, let's put it that way, in Thailand, capable of causing neurological effects. The case highlights concerns about substances, sales, and tourist areas, as each bag of mushroom was sold for 500 baht, just about 15 bucks. Pretty sad to know you're out on vacation. I mean, not really sad. You shouldn't be taking part in this kind of stuff anyways. I mean, no one's perfect. I do all kinds of weird stuff. Maybe it's not to this degree, but whoever partakes in these kinds of stuff, it's really hard to kind of trust people because you're putting your whole faith and trust in someone that you probably don't even know, right? In Thailand, you're on vacation. Maybe, I don't know what my tip would be. Do it in a hospital? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I've always kind of been curious about these plants and mushrooms, but never really brave enough, to be honest, try them, because I don't know what kind of stuff I'm going to see, what I'm going to behave like, what I'm going to do, because people pretty much lose their minds on this stuff sometimes. But regardless, sad story of someone passing away. Speaking of sad, a passenger plane operated by Azerbaijan Airlines crashed near Aktau, Kazakhstan on December 25th, taking the 38 and leaving 29 survivors, including 2 children. The Embraer 190 aircraft, en route from Baku to Grozny, veered off course reportedly due to fog and possibly GPS jamming. Emergency services rescued survivors, some in critical condition, and recovered the plane's black box for investigation. To investigate the cause of the crash, speculation includes bird strikes, technical issues, or even potential damage caused by explosions. Leaders from Azerbaijan and Russia expressed condolences, and Azerbaijan declared a national day of mourning. Investigations are ongoing with cooperation between Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan. I'm actually surprised anybody survived, but good for them, but sad for the ones that lost their lives. The sad thing is, the scary thing I want to say is that you never really have control over a situation like this. In a car accident or something, you have some hope. Usually, in a plane crash, there's no hope. And I think that's the scariest part, having no control or any say in the outcome of these kinds of stuff. Yeah, and if you guys scared of flying, I know some people are very obviously I don't know personally people, but I know of people that don't fly anywhere and they'd rather take a train or a car ride for days on end instead of taking a 2-hour flight, which is understandable. The thing is pretty scary if you think about it, but mathematically I believe still it's a lot safer than driving a car. So tragic story still. Staying with air travel, Japan Airlines JAL experienced a cyber attack on December 26th, disrupting the network and delaying 24 domestic flights during the busy year-end holiday season. The attack, which overwhelmed JAL's system with massive data transmissions, did not compromise customer data or flight safety. The JAL quickly identified and resolved the issue, resuming operation within hours. Ticket sales for affected flights were temporarily halted, but later restored. The incident highlighted ongoing cybersecurity concerns in Japan, especially as the nation enhances its defense partnerships. How about we switch to a positive story from the airports and airlines. Suvarnabhumi Bangkok Airport surprised travelers with festive teddy bears on the baggage carousel during Christmas. Passengers, especially families, were delighted by the thoughtful gesture. The airport also featured live music, festive decorations, and games through December 26th, with free parking and shuttle services from December 28th to January 1st. Suvarnabhumi is going the extra mile for holiday travelers. Bangkok, Suvarnabhumi, one of my favorite airports. A wonderful place. If you travel through there, been through there, you could definitely recognize the decorations, the elephants, the big boat, the tug of, the dragons and all that. A really cool place to definitely at least transit through, if not fly from. Staying with decoration and some Philippine news, finally, the Senolo Foundation Inc. released the official list of activities for the 2025 Senolo Festival. Dubbed as the grandest festival in the country, the annual event is part of the cultural activities of the Feast of Señor Santo Niño de Cebu, celebrated every third Sunday of January, the baby Jesus. I had no idea this was such a long event. I always thought it was like a couple days, but as you can see, I'm going to pause it here if you guys want to click a pause and take a look at the events, activities, and all that in case you're interested in some of those stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. And some very quick news from Vietnam. New Vietnamese internet rules require Facebook and TikTok to verify users' identities and hand over data to authorities came into force on Wednesday in what critics say is the latest attack on freedom of expression. One of the downsides of a communist country like Vietnam is the government has a lot of control. This is in hopes of reducing some gambling online. But then again, let's be honest, not just Vietnam, pretty much all countries, even the one that you're living in, will have some kind of law as an excuse to tap into your phones. Even all these apps that we download, nobody reads the terms. Who knows? Like the microphone, the pictures, they have access to all that stuff now. I am no longer, although I used to be kind of like don't want my privacy, it's just out of my hand. If you're gonna exist these days in today's society, unless you're completely off the grid, you can't even do that. They got CCTV cameras everywhere. In CCTV-related news, a Cambodian real estate tycoon, Srey Sina, was sentenced to 31 years in prison for the of a young couple during property dispute in Phnom Penh. The June 17th incident captured on surveillance video also injured two others. Sina, angered by the victim's alleged rudeness, was found guilty of multiple charges, including first-degree and trespassing. The court ordered Sina to pay over $2 million in compensation to the victims' families. The case attracted public outrage due to its senseless nature and Sina's status as an akna, a title often associated with influence and immunity for wealthy donors to Cambodian government. Despite initial skepticism, senior officials condemned the crime and Sina received the maximum penalty. Good. It's about time some of these rich people finally start paying up for their crimes. Not just Cambodia. I mean, it's good to see someone with power and money and someone that is considered to be untouchable actually be penalized and the victim's family get some justice. And then let's head on over to Thailand for the next couple of stories. An 80-year-old Belgian man was and robbed on Pattaya Christmas Day by a group of teenagers armed with butter knives. Well, you know, not butter knives, but you know what I mean. They stole his wallet, which had 7,000 baht, and fled, like 200 bucks, and fled the scene. Despite being hurt, the man managed to get home and call for help. Police are now investigating, checking CCTV footage, setting up roadblocks, and finding those responsible. The incident has shocked the community and raised concerns about safety during the holiday seasons. Authorities are working hard to ensure justice is served and improve safety for everyone. And then a 60-year-old Australian tourist in Pattaya, surprise, surprise, Pattaya again, experienced a scary situation on Christmas Eve after a minor motorbike accident turned heated. According to the tourist, a motorbike taxi driver butter knife. During the dispute, witnesses reported that the argument escalated quickly, prompting the tourists to seek safety in an alley before contacting the police. Authorities are now investigating the incident and have summoned both individuals for questioning. Tourists are advised to remain vigilant and report any safety issues to the authorities. Yeah, go ahead and do that. In Pattaya, if you feel any of this stuff happening, there's a lot of tourist police around as well. And one of the only ways this is going to get resolved is by highlighting these cases, ensuring people are held accountable, and people actually getting penalized, hopefully deterring some people from committing crimes against tourists, and vice versa. A lot of times it's tourists misbehaving as well. And lastly, Pakistan conducted airstrikes in Afghanistan, Paktika province in December 24th, targeting Pakistan Taliban, the TTP, hideouts following recent cross-border attacks on Pakistani security forces. The strikes reportedly took 46 people, including civilians, according to the Taliban-led Afghan government, and children as well, which vowed retaliation and condemned the attacks as unjustified. The air raids occurred shortly after Pakistan's special envoy to Afghanistan, Mohammad Sadiq, held talks in Kabul to address escalating tensions. Relations between the two countries have deteriorated, with Pakistan accusing Afghanistan of harboring the TTP and group responsible for increased attacks within Pakistan. Perfect. More in Afghanistan. And at the start of this video, I told you I'm going to tell you the most annoying thing about YouTube, and this is what it is. So YouTube guidelines does not allow you to say a lot of stuff or talk about certain things without being demonetized, which means the video makes no money from ads. And yesterday I spent a lot of time, several hours, and on the 6th try, I finally got that green little icon that says, okay, the video is good enough to be passed. So yeah, that took a whole bunch of time. Every time I had to go back, edit it, upload it, and still get the yellow mark. And the thing that annoys me the most is the fact that they don't tell you exactly what you did wrong, right? So you don't know which word you use, which image maybe, which topic, because the guidelines are very like broad, like so I don't really know which part of the video basically turned out to be like a guessing game, right? So I have to like bleep out this word, put this image over that, put this like little blur, just so I can go ahead and pass that video, because let's face it, at the end of the day, this is my job, YouTube is my source of income, so obviously I want that video to get a green instead of spending all that time all day. But one thing I'm really happy, you guys noticed the background, the beach, a lot of you guys enjoyed that, so I'm happy that turned out well, because it wasn't that easy sitting on that sand, tripod going this way and that way, people looking at me, what's wrong with this dude, dogs going behind me. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our most popular comments from yesterday's video. Heyo, we got Darius with a 250 peso donation to the channel. Thank you so much, DJ, I appreciate that. And then Jerry says everything in the Philippines is lagging behind. They still haven't figured out how to build sidewalks that are level and free of obstruction. Colleen says Merry Christmas, sir, with a whole bunch of emojis, thumbs up, snowflakes, and trees. FM Unplugged says it's lagging. It's an understatement. I won't say much more than that, but once you've lived here for a certain amount of time and have seen some things, you, well, those who know. And Red Bart says, tried to do a donation, bro, but Buy Me a Coffee was down. I will do next video. Merry Christmas, and I can't wait to go back on the beach in the Philippines. Welcome, enjoy. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. And yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and donate to the channel, you can do it through Buy Me a Coffee. It's the place where I get least, what's the word I'm looking for? Least deductions, least money taken away. YouTube takes about 40 to 50% sometimes, depending on taxes and all that stuff. So yeah, go ahead and check that out if you want to support the channel. Hopefully on a monthly basis, so I have some kind of like guaranteed stuff, and I don't have to like really rely on YouTube ads in the future. But it's like, you know, in the future, hopefully. And that's basically it. I don't want to ramble on and talk about nonsense. Trying to think of anything coming up. No, that's it. Leave your comments down below regarding anything I talked about. If you take time to write it, I'll take time to respond. And I'm running out of breath. I'll see you guys next time. Least deductions.